I have a lot of friends who are sober, a lot of friends who are straight edge, a lot of my friends who are going through it. I know struggling with substance abuse and alcoholism can be really, really hard, especially knowing who to turn to. It can be really, really daunting. I'm here to say that a good friend of mine and his friend started this incredible treatment center called Refine Recovery. They gave me a phone number, 855-516-3332. You can text, you can call them. It's totally confidential. It's safe. There'll be somebody on the other line to help you out, a compassionate human being to talk to help you navigate the process, the insurance treatments. They accept most of private insurances. You can go refinerecovery.com, Refine Recovery Instagram. I know it's hard, but reach out to somebody, man. People care about you. People love you. People want you to be here for a long time. People love you in their lives. If you're going through it, make this phone call. It's totally private. I know people DM me all the time about going through it and going through sobriety and trying to get straight and trying to take care of themselves. And the struggle is totally real. And Refine Recovery is the definitely move. Reach out to them, 855-516-3332, or text them, 855-516-3332. You can call or text this number anytime, 855-516-3332. You know the drill. This number is here for you to call. As we get older, we start paying attention to what we put in our bodies. I personally have been listening to my body since I was 18 when I went vegan. I've always been focused on my health. It's super important, mental and physical health. But it's really important for people who are just starting to get more healthy and trying to step up their life. Doing your homework, reading the labels, researching and verifying everything that's quality. It's part of the game these days. That's why I started drinking AG1s. I'm so proud to have them sponsor my podcast. AG1 is a foundational nutrition supplement that delivers daily nutrients and gut support and is backed by multiple research studies. You can trust what you're putting into your body. We're all so busy these days, so just throw a pack of AG1 in the morning into a cup of water and shake it up and drink it. I love the way it tastes. I do it every single morning. It's part of my routine. I bring the packets on tour. It's an incredible life changer for me. Many supplements only reference research from ingredients in their product, but I trust AG1 in my daily routine because it's constantly putting the formula to the test. It's backed by multiple research studies, and one of those research studies, AG1 was shown to have double the amount of healthy bacteria in the gut, which is super important because these help digestion in the immune system and the immune health. And these bacteria are known to help with digestion as well, gas and bloating, which I freaking need. And it also promotes regular bowel movements, what I can attest to. In another research study, 97% participants felt more energy after 30 days, and 91% of the participants noticed that they needed less coffee after 60 days. I quit coffee like 5 months ago. I know I'm good on that. But AG1 is packed with a variety of nutrient-dense ingredients and is the perfect complement to my healthy diet. I drink it because I know it's going to work, and it gives me a peace of mind covering all my nutrition bases for the day. In fact, I trust it so much, that's why I'm spreading the word about it. That's why it sponsors my podcast. Thanks to Angie Huberman for turning me on to AG1s, connecting me with them, and now they're part of my podcast. It's so easy and satisfying to start your day with AG1s. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of the vitamin D3K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your purchase at drinkag1.com/OLLC. That's drinkag1.com/OLLC. It's never been a better time to focus on your health and wellness and get back on track, man. Take control of your daily health. Health is wealth. Got to give a big shout out to Liquid Death. I've been in a band called H2O for 30 years, and my first real job with a company is a water brand. Go figure. Love you, Liquid Death. Love the people. Love the brand. Love the concept. Love what they give back. Love the community. Love what they do for the environment. You can go liquiddeath.com/OLLC and get free shipping on any of their merchandise that they make. They have such incredible collabs. Also, if you want to hear the story of the CEO, my good friend Mike Cesario, on the podcast, you can go to episode 115, part 1. And then 2 years later, we dropped a part 2, which is episode 275 with the CEO, Mike Cesario. Just a man from Delaware with a dream, worked at a marketing company, and made this become a reality. Liquid Death is an incredible company, incredible water, incredible people. And I'm super, super honored to be part of them. They sponsor my life. They sponsor everything, my family. So go liquiddeath.com/OLLC and get free shipping on anything you want to buy on that site. If you want to get water, it's exclusively on Amazon.com. Murder your thirst, y'all. Last name's Kisser?
Kisser.
That's so crazy, man. Because I've always just, I never really thought about your last name. I saw Andreas, Andreas from Sepultura. It's such a cool Andreas.
When Sepultura came out, some people thought that it was like my artistic name, and I got criticized, of course, even before the haters era that we live today.
Oh, yeah.
Did you have haters when you joined?
Oh, yeah. But because it was very death metal, Sepultura. It has like that kind of atmosphere in that word. And I was more like heavy metal. Dio, Ozzy, Metallica, of course, Maiden. But it was very short-lived, because Schizophrenia came out very quickly, and, it just like created that new Sepultura.
Yeah. You sound great. We're recording this right now. This is awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Well, welcome to the podcast, the One Life One Chance podcast. Sitting next to me, I missed him so much, my brother from another mother, Mr. Derrick Green. Thank you for being here.
What's up?
And you guys are playing LA tonight.
Yeah.
This guy's shot already from tour, 6 shows.
No, I'm ready, man. Ready to go.
Welcome to the pod. Miss having you here. It's been a minute. It's been a couple months.
Feels
like a long time. You've been gone for a long time,
yeah,
dude.
For sure.
Are you missing Cali?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're here for
but it's great to be on the road, especially in the U.S.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
We'll talk about that tour in a second.
Okay.
And to the podcast.
Yeah.
I've known this guy for a long time. I knew this guy before Derrick knew this guy.
Right. That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy? Andreas Kisser, Andreas Sepultura, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Thinking about the 40th years of Sepultura right now, these last tours you're doing, the one you're on now with Obituary and Agnostic Front, and is it Claustrophobic, the opening band?
Claustrophobia, yeah.
Claustrophobia. It almost reminds me of the New Titans lineup where it was there's only one hardcore band on there, and that was from New York, and that was Sick of It All.
Yeah.
It's kind of that vibe, the 4-band kind of thing. Not saying it's exactly the same.
It's true, yeah. Sacred Reich and Napalm Death and Sick of It All.
I know.
Right.
It's like you have Obituary.
That's true.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah. Very cool, yeah.
Also, I was working in the mailroom at Roadrunner Records before I met you, and I was packing up those first couple Beneath the Remains and Arise record. And in the first one, I was shipping those out. I was working in the mailroom before I met you guys.
Oh, man. That's amazing.
In 91 and 92. That was around that time, yeah.
That's so awesome.
But how's the tour going?
It's great.
It's amazing. I mean, this tour was organized to be this way, to celebrate 40 years. It's an amazing history, very unique history, in metal. And we are going through our best momentum. We had a great album. We survived the lockdown.
Yeah.
We made an album during the lockdown, which was amazing.
Yeah.
It kept the band alive and working and busy during a very difficult time. And the business now, it's just booming, right? You see how many tours are going on in the States at the same time, at the same places. And we are very happy that we have our crowd, man. It's great to see our faithful fans wanted to be there to celebrate together with us. Very emotional, because they remember the first show, the first shirt, the first song, the lyrics that helped them through difficult times,
Yeah.
People that got married because they met at a Sepultura concert.
It's true. It's beautiful, man.
It's great. People that bring their families, their kids and stuff.
People growing old with your band.
Yeah, after all, it's like 40 years of history, It's
and plus new people coming out too, checking out for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
And we're doing our biggest shows in Brazil, for instance, with a big production, 2 hours of set time, which is unheard of Sepultura. And it feels great. It feels so great to play our history. A lot of people complain that we miss some albums, some side Bs and side Cs, right?
Yeah.
And then we are incorporating that to the set list and bringing the fans to play together with us on stage,
That's
percussion,
awesome,
which is a very highlight of the show, I guess, because people get so happy. Can you imagine go to a show and your idol calls you to be on stage with you, man? It's fucking
amazing,
great,
man. Yeah.
It's a great feeling. So it's fantastic, man. We are having a great time. Great to be here in LA. And we are recording also every show, for a future a live album release.
Every show.
Does that put any kind of extra pressure on you guys?
Not at all. We don't even remember.
Okay, that's cool.
Because we're doing every show. So It's very spontaneous, you know.
Okay.
That's great, because when you go to we're gonna have this live project, you know, it's like specific show or 2 or 3, whatever, but in one place, and all the attention is there. You have the cameras, you have whatever extra people working, which are not usually on the road, you know. So you feel a little more pressure. And doing this way, we don't even remember we're recording. You know, which is awesome.
You guys have a lot of production on this tour, more than usual.
Not so much on this, but in Brazil we definitely, and in Europe we're going to step it up as well.
Make it special.
Yeah, I mean, we would love to do that here in the U.S., but it's very costly to do that in the U.S.
Yeah,
much more than any other places in the world, it seems. You know, but we have great lights and everything, stage setting for this tour in the U.S. But Europe and Brazil, it's definitely different.
Yeah, you feel like it's changed coming out of the pandemic. The expenses of traveling and being in the band, renting buses and all that stuff. I feel like it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Everybody's touring and everything's full swing again, but it's like it is expensive.
It is, man. It's unfortunate that impact comes on the artists. You know, everybody else in the industry are trying to make up money that they lost out on during the pandemic. But again, the artists are the ones that are suffering the most. I think, you know, they're not getting what they deserve. In the history of most artists.
No, it is crazy. And how artists, like the musicians, were waiting kind of the longest to go back and play again too.
You know, the entertainment business, the touring business was the first one to get hit.
Yeah.
And the last one to come back.
Very hard.
Yeah.
Because I remember we were rehearsing in Brazil. Yeah. We had the whole Quadra tour ready to go. Tickets bought, visas and everything. 2 days before we're supposed to get into the plane, the word stopped.
I remember this, man.
And
you guys
in 3 months we come back. Okay.
Yeah.
And another 3 months. No, another 3 months. And then we started doing right away, actually, the Sepultura, right?
That was cool.
Podcast and
that was really
video
cool.
Cast and performing songs and inviting friends, you know.
That was so
great.
Smart.
Yeah.
And it was so being creative too. And
definitely.
We did an amazing album out of it, you know, with amazing guests playing with us.
Incredible guests.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
It just made you be more creative and stuff, I think, that the lockdown did too.
Yeah.
And also you talk
Resilient.
about finding Wim Hof too, and like kind of that changing your life during the pandemic too.
Oh yeah. I mean, quitting alcohol was the biggest move and the biggest amazing, beautiful thing I did in my life.
You've been drinking most of your life?
Yeah, basically when I was a teenager, of course in Brazil, alcohol, not only in Brazil, but alcohol it's like promoted, you know.
For sure.
It's like masculine, whatever. You go to a football game, you have to drink. You go to a party, you have to drink, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, you are 17, 18, you don't drink? You know, it's like, it's weird for people if you don't drink, you know.
And that pressure,
Yeah. And obviously going through the business, backstage, being successful in a very young age, having a bottle of Jack Daniels, whatever, every night in the dressing room and doing shots before, post show, and you tour with Pantera, you know, it's out of control, you know. And then, you know, all of a sudden, in one moment in my life, I realized alcohol wasn't for me because alcohol was like a slave. I was a slave to alcohol. Alcohol was making the decisions for me.
Yeah,
decisions which restaurant I go or what kind of vacation I do with my family. Once, for instance, I didn't go to the Disneyland with my family because they didn't have alcohol or a beer and stuff.
Wow.
Can you believe it?
Wow.
And for me, was normal.
Yeah.
You know, and when I realized dude, you are a fucking idiot, you know? I mean, I was talking to myself. You are a fucking idiot. You're losing time with the people you love, the people you love the most because of fucking alcohol, man, you know? And then, of course, you know, came the lockdown. I quit drinking on March 1st, 2020.
Okay, wow.
It's like 10 days before the lockdown or something.
Okay.
In some places in the world was already going, but in Brazil it happened in the second week of March or something like that. And then, you know, went through everything. I found Wim Hof, you know, meditation, exercises, Pilates, cold plunge, you know, all of that stuff. You know, I really went deep on that.
How'd you find? Were you looking for something?
Yeah, looking for something on the internet. You know, it's funny how things really built from that alcohol, lockdown, Sepultura, Wim Hof, you know, during the months that happened that.
Yeah.
And of course, in January 2021, you know, my wife was diagnosed with cancer, you know, in a year and a half, she passed away. And if I had alcohol as an option, would be the worst thing for me. Because alcohol is no solution, is no answer. Of course, it's an escape route for a moment, but it doesn't build anything. For the contrary, you build anger, you build frustration, and you build all the wrong feelings.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I was very blessed, I guess, that move that I made unconsciously, unknowing what was coming ahead of my life,
sure.
without alcohol. And here we are. I think everything that happened with my wife and cancer, I created a movement in Brazil to talk about dying, to stimulate people to talk about death, palliative care, that was very, in Brazil, still very young, there's a lot of room to grow on that. And I created the Pat Fest, which is a Patricia Fest. Patricia was the name of my wife.
Wow.
To put together a lot of musicians to gather funds for these people to take the palliative care to the favelas in Rio, the slums, where people are very poor. They don't have a connection to health care or nothing like that, So we created life out of death.
Yeah.
A lot of new possibilities in my life was possible because Patricia left, with my kids. I have 3 kids.
Yeah.
We kind of reorganize our life without a mom, without a wife, and was very stimulating, to tell people that we shouldn't be afraid of dying, Everything, there's an end. Everything, if you read a book or go to a movie, if that doesn't have an end, there's no meaning.
Yeah, it's a great point. It's true, yeah.
Because in the end, you see the meaning, you see the retrospective. I mean, we talk about our fans, remembering and stuff, because we put a fucking end on it, Yeah. Now they remember, wow, man, retrospective, they put things in balance, remember things that they usually won't remember if they don't have that motivation,
Yeah.
And it's great. We shouldn't be afraid of dying. It's a part of life. Once you respect the end, you have a more intense present. You live more. That's why we're doing on tour today. We are having the best time of our life, man.
Yeah.
Because every day is so meaningful,
Yeah.
Every show is very meaningful. Every song, every lyrics and everything, it's fantastic, And I want to stimulate people to talk about dying with your family, with your close ones, with the people you love, how you want to go, and what you want to wear. You want to be cremated or not, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the bureaucratic stuff as well, like signing stuff that you do on the inventory, for instance, which is very bureaucratic, very pain in the ass. If the people are there, you talk to your family, for instance, your kids. I want to do this. You want to do that. We are in agreement. We are in agreement. They don't want to fight for it if I die. You know?
Like making a will or something, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
There's many ways you can do that.
Yeah.
But start talking about is the main thing. Don't be afraid. Don't have a prejudice to talk about dying. A lot of people think, if I talk about dying, it's going to bring bad vibes or bad feelings. It's totally the opposite.
Yeah.
It brings peace. It brings meaning, especially to life, to the living, to the daily routine of our daily stuff, And it's very inspiring. I mean, I think Derrick can see that as well, because we're very close, and everything that's happening with Sepultura, with my kids, and I'm in a new relationship. I'm dealing with fucking bills to pay because Patricia used to do everything in my life.
She would hold
taxes and all that crazy bureaucratic shit. And I'm enjoying now everything because I have a new meaning. I have a new life. I have new goals, and I have new the challenges ahead of me,
This is crazy to talk about this because I've been talking about my wife recently making a will, and we're getting older now, and I also never like talking about that either, but I know that it's going to happen.
It's super important. I've seen people suffer because of that inability to communicate what's going to happen in the end, and then people getting stuck or
without knowing what to do,
and just I mean, it's a lot of bureaucracy, like you're saying, that happens in the end, and
a lot of that can be done while people are alive.
Exactly, yeah, and really taken care of. Where it's like, okay, where when it does happen, it's inevitable, like you said, it's happening to everyone. So why not talk about it? And even I've seen like documentaries of people talking about like, this is how I want the ceremony to go. This is how I want to, creating a casket that they want to be in.
It's so great,
being a part of it.
Patricia talked about dying very naturally,
right?
Since I started dating her, we stayed together for 32 years.
Wow,
3 kids, and etc.
Wow.
But she always talking about like playing around. She was here talking about, she was saying, if I die, please don't forget to put my pillow, my pajamas, and my sock on my feet. I don't want to get cold. And everybody laughed like this.
Wow.
But dude, when it happened, everybody knew what she wanted. It was so powerful. It was so peaceful. I mean, it's very hard to put on words. That kind of feeling that you have, that you're making a wish of the people you love. It's amazing. And you can only do that if you talk about, if you express your wishes, if you express your feelings. I want to, some people, whatever, when they get a diagnosis from cancer, for instance, I heard people that say my life started there because I went to fulfill my dreams. I went to Paris to watch an opera, whatever. I went to talk to my uncle that I didn't talk to him for 15 years. Do that stuff that you feel alive, you know?
So
you should
true,
do that, you know?
The people that have funerals while they're still alive too, like they're on their deathbed, they have like, or they're getting sick and they have a funeral before they pass. So they can see all their friends there before they go. It's the last time I'm going to see these people. It's like a new thing people have been talking about doing. So it's like a celebration of their life before they pass.
Wow.
When they're close to being on their deathbed. And so they get to see all these people and say goodbye. And also, there's this thing about how my wife pays all the fucking bills, man. And how like, I only do a couple. But it's shout out to my wife. But it's like I'm thinking about that now. Like, what bill is that? Like, it sounds so stupid, but it's like wifey holds it down, dude.
No, it's true. But it's just the way that the family goes. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, you know.
Right.
But of course, when she left, and she made a lot of preparations, you know, because of course she knew what. She also was a doctor,
Oh, okay.
So she knew a lot what was going on, more than anyone else, basically.
Yeah.
But as much as she could, she prepared. Well, we had insurance, we had a lot of stuff, the right people to talk about and stuff, So, and I realized that we can prepare ourselves much better for that moment, together.
Before that happened to your wife, were you always like that? You weren't afraid of dying?
No, I was never really afraid of dying, but never had that perspective of dying, because of the experience I had, being in the hospital, in the corridors, and then you don't know how to talk to a doctor.
Yeah.
I didn't know, I couldn't say no. I could say no to a doctor. Limits, limits, your rights, why? Because people don't talk about dying. When it happens, you're there in the middle of fucking corridor in a hospital. It's like, what the fuck, man? I didn't feel prepared as a citizen to deal with that situation. Not as a musician, not as for an artist, as a citizen, as a Brazilian, dude. We need to know that. People need to know that their rights, especially because I see the doctor as a police guy or something.
Figure.
I mean? And it's not. Because the doctors, most of the time, they don't even know what they're doing. That's the fact.
Yeah, that's true, man.
Yeah.
And, I think that a lot of the doctors' point of view about dying, they see dying as an enemy, which is the completely bullshit, because it's not an enemy. It's a part of life, as we're talking about here, So the palliative care is where you take care of a person who have a very serious illness, but also can have a life. There's so many. Everything is a palliative care. It's not only morphine for pain. Psychological therapy and physiotherapy, and having a place to live. Like I say, in the slums of Brazil, where these people go there, people live like like animals, man. Some people are just like, they don't have even a mattress to sleep or something like that. Nothing to eat. They don't have how to go to a hospital to make an X-ray or something, you know. So these people go there and they do that. They go there, they paint the place, they clean, they put the mattress. They there just to listen stories, you know, for people to talk, to feel they are something, you know.
Yeah.
And that you don't have an idea how that helped on the whole treatment. The motivation to be someone, to do something from inside, not expecting coming a medication from outside to resolve. I learned that with Wim Hof, for instance. Everything is inside. You know, you can control your temperature. You can
stress,
cure
everything.
Yeah, you can stress. You can cure a lot of your own illness doing breathing exercises.
Crazy, man. I know.
You know?
Yeah, I just did my first breathwork session with this guy, Lucas Mack, who was on the podcast. I did it in my living room. It was crazy. Like we talked about my life, and then we started going through. He touched your body as you're doing these crazy breathing. It was really intense. I know I was crying during it. It was really powerful. And as soon as I woke up, the first thing I thought was like, I forgive my mom. I don't know why I thought about that, because I've always had resentments towards my mom. But this breath work was
cure.
It was life changing, dude. And like,
and
like he was talking to me about my dad, and my dad was in there, and it was all these touching. It's really crazy, man. He's the same dude who got Travis Barker to fly in airplanes again.
I see.
Same dude.
Yeah.
It's really powerful stuff.
It is. It's great. I mean, it's inside. I mean, recently we met Biohazard, right? Evan.
Oh, you did?
Right. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
dude.
Evan,
he's killing it, dude.
Yeah, Evan is doing an amazing job in Mexico, man.
Right.
Tulum, yes,
man,
dude.
He was talking about. I was very moved. You know, I was talking about my experience to him with everything we're talking here.
Yeah.
And it's in the end, it's like that. You know, it's like
Self-care.
Yeah, self-understanding.
Yeah.
You know, you have to talk to yourself. This quitting alcohol was like that. I was talking to myself. I left this party, you know, family party that I, you know.
This is the last time you drank?
Last time I drank. Like, my brother-in-law, my wife, my kids was horrible, you know. And I went back home by myself walking, and I was so drunk, but at the same time so clear. Everything was clear in my mind. Talking to myself, you were a fucking idiot. You were a slave to alcohol, etc., you know. And it came from inside to outside. It was not Derrick or you saying, you have to quit drinking and stuff.
Yeah.
Paulo was the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Paulo, but the bass player from Sepultura, always big problem with alcohol and stuff.
He owns some bars too, right?
Yeah.
So we talk. Oh, Paulo, you need to talk.
Yeah,
but
Paulo,
never.
you need to
but
say,
after I quit, Derrick quit and stuff, he saw there was a better life.
By himself.
By himself.
Yeah.
And he quit.
Leading by example.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
That's the only way.
Yeah. Not pushing it. Yeah.
Right.
People. Yeah.
That's the only way.
Wow.
That's why preaching and dogmas and stuff doesn't work.
Nah, dude.
No.
Same for everything, I think. Veganism, just everything.
Yeah.
Pushing down people's throats.
Yeah.
But the Wim Hof, the breathing, and then the cold showers and the heat, all that stuff.
That's all self-understanding, self-knowing. You know, your body. When you meditate, you listen to your body. You listen to your heart. You listen to your liver. You listen to your toes.
For sure.
Not like, of course, like speaking with words, but you feel them in a different way. You hear them in a different way. You know? And you realize it's part of you.
No, it's true. Well, you exercise
and you
too?
give care.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm going back to the gym. Stuff that I never did in my life, man.
Wow.
You know, because I'm taking care of myself. I go there, do my blood test and stuff. Sugar level too high. I don't want to be a diabetic.
Yeah.
You know? So I changed my diet.
It's awesome,
because
man.
I don't want to take medicine as well.
Same.
You know?
Yeah.
So everything can be resolved within yourself.
Yeah, for sure. I think a lot of things are reversed by diet.
Yes. Absolutely.
Totally.
100%.
I just got my blood taken yesterday just to check I haven't got my blood tested in a long time because our friend Chappelle got it and he got his levels, so he's reversing his diet as well. And
okay.
I feel like I'd rather do that than go on a pill because they put people on pills for diabetes, and sometimes, not all of them, some people just don't change their diet because they have the pill.
Right.
And so it defeats the purpose.
That's the wrong concept of everything.
I know. It's crazy, man.
Most of the people wants there, I want to live the way I live, but give me that pill to resolve the problem. It's not gonna happen.
And not change anything.
Yeah.
Diet or exercise or anything. You look really good, man. It's crazy, man.
Cheers, man. Thank you.
It's crazy.
I feel great, feel better than ever because everything is very conscious, of what I'm doing, why I'm doing,
Yeah.
And it feels great.
Yeah.
It feels great.
How many siblings do you have?
Siblings.
Brothers, sisters?
2 sisters. Younger than me. One lives in Brazil and the other one lives in Glasgow, Scotland.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And how was it growing up with them?
It was great.
Are they into the same type of music as you and stuff? Or
my sisters used to learn piano.
Okay.
But I was so stupid, man, because I thought piano was only instrument for women. Okay. Because I love football. I wanted to be a football player,
Oh my God.
They did ballet and piano.
No disrespect to women on the podcast.
Yeah.
Who play piano. Or men who play piano, yeah.
It was stupid concept, but I wanted to be a football player.
Was that like beer football mentality?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe?
Exactly. Soccer,
Soccer.
And but I play soccer in the streets and stuff. I really wanted to be a football player, now soccer player. But my grandma had this acoustic guitar. She came from Slovenia.
Yeah, she got you your first one, yeah.
Yeah, from
first
Slovenia,
guitar, yeah.
and she played like acoustic Slovenian, Austrian, and German folk songs. It was great.
Your dad's German too, right?
My dad was born in Brazil, but my grandma and grandpa are Germans.
Okay.
My dad, my grandpa and grandma from my father's side came to Brazil in the 1920s.
Okay.
For coffee plantation to start a new life. It's crazy.
Wow.
And my mom came from Slovenia with her family after the Second World War in 1950.
Okay.
And they met at Volkswagen in Brazil.
Wow.
like big, car and Mercedes-Benz and stuff like that. So, and my sisters were younger. And great. Art and music was always a part of everything at home.
Was your mom a teacher?
No, my mom was a painter.
Okay.
She painted oil, stuff. It was great. It was really cool. But of course, being a woman in Brazil and stuff, she suffered a lot of prejudice. She couldn't really be the artist she wanted to be. But either way, she was very brave.
Yeah.
In a very male world, to be an artist and to be very independent and stuff. And I guess I got some of that from her, that artistic vein, she was great. And yeah, my sisters, they never went to this music world, and I started playing. Yeah, although they play piano and stuff, they never really went to that. It's like Derrick playing trumpet. To say it's like a trumpet, right?
Yeah,
it's like this story that I don't know if I believe or not.
It's coming back. Bring it back.
Oh, that's why you play. Yeah, I play trumpet.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I studied piano for a few months once in my life, but.
Wasn't for you.
Yeah, because I thought I was losing time on my guitar,
Mm-hmm. You played acoustic guitar first?
Oh yeah, I study a lot of classical guitar.
Yeah.
I got a 7-string guitar now that I'm studying more carefully, more closely. I love to study, man. It's great.
Yeah.
It's just another part of it, of this quitting alcohol and being more aware.
Yeah.
That you are more motivated to organize your day,
and learn
for
things.
instance.
And
you do a lot more,
Mm-hmm.
and you feel energized. You go to the gym, you do your stuff, respond to emails, you go with your girlfriend, make love. You can do everything. Like it's you do your taxes, you go to the bank, like Derrick did today.
Pay the bills
in the middle. Yeah, you can organize better because when we were drinking, man. You go to sleep late. You wake up like shit. You wake up late. On tour, especially. I used to sleep till 3, 4 in the afternoon.
Wow.
Just to start drinking again.
Damn.
It's
now
horrible.
You guys are up early, probably, right? You want to walk around the cities and stuff?
Wow.
Dude, totally.
Yeah.
Andreas has a bicycle on tour.
Oh, that's awesome, man. So cruising around in each city and stuff?
Yeah, in Europe, I have a bicycle. I need to buy one here. But here, I walk a lot.
That's awesome, yeah.
A lot. Dude, Salt Lake City, I found the trail there. Was amazing.
That's awesome,
man. Beautiful place.
Yeah.
So, have more time, more energy, more brain, activity.
More focus.
Yeah, more focus. Yeah.
Do you count your steps?
Oh, when you have this, 12,000
yeah,
steps.
Yeah, I've been since you've been gone. I've been obsessed for like 3 months. All my steps every day.
Nice.
I walk 7 miles every single day. No matter what time it is, I have to do 7 miles a day. Like
That's
60,
great, man.
Yeah.
I love it, dude. I love walking so
This
much.
is a kind
man.
of the discipline. I think discipline is everything.
Yeah,
For sure.
It's everything in your life. If you have discipline, you can really grow. In every
Absolutely.
respect.
That's why I loved sports in early
Yeah.
age. That was something I took away from it from anything else is that discipline.
Or to be in a band, you have to be
Yes,
disciplined, not to
yes.
miss a flight.
True.
Organize your bag, tour, be ready for the show.
Right.
Not forget a lyric, not forget songs and stuff. You have to have discipline to be there.
Absolutely. True.
Damn.
Practice.
Practice, yeah. Be
Not forget-
ready.
Yeah.
You forget lyrics sometimes though?
Yeah.
Me
Nah,
too.
but
If-
very
if I-
rarely.
if
But
it's-
very rarely.
Only if you're overthinking.
Yeah.
What's
exactly.
that thing some bands?
Yeah.
What's that thing some bands have on stage? Teleprompter.
Teleprompter.
Yeah, I never want to see that,
No.
bro.
No, you'll never.
Some
see that.
people need it, but maybe I think Ozzy has one. Shout out to
Of
Ozzy.
course,
Of
man.
course. But
I'm not downing teleprompters. It's just not for me. It's just,
yeah. But when you're clear headed, you can focus and remember your stuff. Like
like I said, if you overthink, that's when I start
same.
to really just let things be, and I just get up on stage. It's a combination of things where I keep in. It's like once I hear drums, bass, everything, guitar, all together, then it just comes together.
You get
Just let
nervous
it
still?
happen. No, I get excited. I
Yeah.
get nervous. I get like anxious.
Get hyped.
Like I want to be there.
The shows in Sao Paulo was,
Oh my
dude,
God.
it was
Was-
anxious
Ooh.
because it was announced like December last year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The shows were sold out very quickly. 8,000 tickets every night. Like 24,000 tickets for Sao Paulo. It's amazing,
And
man.
were those Grayson's first shows?
No.
Okay. Because then that was stressful too.
Yeah.
'Cause that was a couple
Yeah,
days-
they were big shows too.
Yeah,
but,
they
Yeah.
were, dude.
But this from Sao Paulo we created this,
Yeah.
anxiety that was amazing.
It's
know?
gotta be
yeah.
was it emotional too?
Extremely.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot going on. There's a lot of people from the past, a lot of support.
Yeah.
It was like so, you think about that support throughout the years. Like even when I got to Brazil, I remember people had like a banner with like Derrick, welcome. There were like people from that time period, from when I first got in the band, showing their support still there.
It's amazing.
And they really helped with, the power of pushing the band to go out and play around the world.
Yeah.
That support
Yeah.
was just so positive.
It was crucial.
Very
I mean,
crucial.
that rehearsal we did in Sao Paulo with some of our fans, the fan
Yeah.
club.
Yeah.
That was very nervous
Oh,
wrecking
yeah.
too.
Totally.
I think
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
a
yeah.
moment. Yeah.
I was just like, oh my God.
It was the first rehearsal with Derrick after
There were, like,
Max left and all that
Wow.
friends
stuff.
there, and I was just like, okay.
1998,
what's up?
right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, to remember a moment of.
That was nervous.
But it was great.
Yeah.
Because we went through the rehearsal, the support was there, the fans and stuff, and
And it worked
was
out,
cool.
man.
Yeah. I like the fact that it was really challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't easy by any means, and I think that definitely helped in creating so much, learning so much from that.
Dude, we never back down on situations like that, man. Never. I mean, on the first tour, Slayer
Oh yeah.
and System of a Down opening for
Tell me about that. It was
Sepultura.
crazy, dude.
That tour was really,
Oh yeah.
dude, was like a test for
Uh,
ourselves,
for
you
sure.
know.
Yeah. A lot of pressure too on you back
And
then.
we
Yeah,
grew
sure.
up so much, man, on that tour.
Oh yeah.
It was great.
Mm-hmm.
It was fucking amazing.
I'm trying the other artists who like swapped out a frontman and it worked out for as long as you guys. I went and saw Journey recently, and it was
Okay.
incredible. And that guy sounds incredible. And
See,
and he's been there for 16 years.
they
and
had a bad time in Rock in Rio now, man.
Yeah.
just recently.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like a week ago, something like that. And it's like created this fucking thing that
What
because
happened?
So listen to this.
Yeah.
I mean, like the fans were like writing stuff, and they're like, "Oh, it was horrible," and it was off. He had like an
Yeah.
off night,
Really?
and he was so hurt by it that he put out a statement like, "If fans want me to quit the band, I'll quit."
Oh my!
because it was
God,
broadcast,
man.
Rock
Yeah,
in Rio
it
is
was
broadcast
live.
to the whole country and stuff, and even outside Brazil, they have a
Yeah.
connection and stuff.
He had been on the road since like
But
January.
he sounds
It's like
great, man.
They're
7,
grinding. Man.
7
Yeah.
months. They really push their singers, I think, way too much.
Yeah,
It's really difficult to sing Journey stuff.
Dude.
He was doing shows like every night.
That's
He had
true.
an off night.
That's true.
He's a human, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
And
like,
traveling to Brazil,
Yeah.
sleeping,
brutal.
eating.
Different weather conditions.
People
everything.
don't put that on. I mean, haters,
Yeah.
Internet's the worst, dude.
And then the next
Yeah.
day, like they were in Chile or somewhere, and people were like, it was amazing. The day before, they're like,
Did you see the footage?
I saw the footage. He had a bad night,
Yeah.
Okay.
you know, but but it wasn't like you said, no playback,
Yeah.
no
playback,
like.
yeah.
He's really singing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I saw him for Def
Yeah.
Leppard. He was really singing. It was incredible.
Rather
dude.
had those, I mean, mistakes or
Yes,
whatever,
absolutely.
tour
Human-
than fucking playing track there.
It's like, and you want to say to people, what band are you in? What have you ever done in music?
Dude, he's got
online people, like, what have you fucking
incredible
done,
career.
dude?
Like they totally disregard that, like his struggle, his challenges, where he's coming from.
Where
of
he's
course,
coming from?
I mean, I watched a documentary.
Me
of them,
too.
And it was
It's the mentality of the AI, perfection.
Yeah.
Everything
Yeah.
has to be there,
Yeah. I actually did see a clip of Katy Perry. She performed.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
She sounded pretty good.
Yeah.
I saw that, and she was singing too. I paid attention to
Yeah.
it because I
She
took
was
my son to a
saying-
hip hop show the other day, and it was so bad. The guy had his he was lip syncing. I'm not gonna say his name. Sold out arena at the new stadium, the basketball stadium here. I forgot what it's called.
Crypto Arena.
Yeah, the Clipper Stadium.
Oh, Clipper Stadium. Okay.
Yeah, and he was mouthing to the tracks, and it was so bad. I was so bummed to be there. Sold out. Everybody singing the words. It was so weird.
Yeah.
And there was so much weed that I couldn't even breathe or see. And even Max was like,
No
I
way.
swear to God, I walked out of there. I felt weird. It was so, more than the Up in Smoke tour, Snoop Dogg.
Wow.
It was so
Wow.
much weed, and I was like, this guy's playing half song medleys of his music. It's just when people don't sing, it bums me out, man. I don't know why.
But the half medley.
Anyway, you and the Journey singer.
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah.
guys are pulling it off. No, you're pulling as a new singer and going over 20 years
Fake-
after the
Dude,
original
and one thing
singer.
amazing, and I, knock on wood, but I never saw Derrick losing his voice, man.
Oh, yeah.
There's no one fucking show that he was on. I have to cancel because of my voice. Never.
That's and you go.
You know why? Because
hard.
he's very disciplined about,
For sure.
he does his exercises, warming up and stuff, always learning new techniques,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
get better. And,
takes it seriously.
yeah,
It's your tool.
For sure.
doesn't drink, doesn't smoke,
No.
take care of himself.
I
you
did
know?
one time when I was younger in my first band, Outface. I drank, and since then I never did it because it was just so horrible. I felt, like I let everybody down the band, the people that were there. It was just not me.
You've been sober 100% every Sepultura show.
Every show. 100%.
Oh, yeah.
It's impossible to do
amazing,
it
dude.
without
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I think it's just like cheating myself and
And then there's some people
People.
that can't do it without something, which I
Yeah.
get. People have anxiety and nerves to go on stage.
You know
like,
what? It's like the same at Van Halen. Like Van Halen told the story, Edward Van Halen, that the first time he went on stage, his father was a musician and stuff. He was very nervous, and his father gave him like a liquor or something to get more loose and stuff. And that fucked his whole life
Wow.
because he connected that feeling with alcohol.
I
To
see.
go and feel good on
Right.
stage.
That's crazy.
It's like
Wow.
the lyrics as well. If you connected yourself to something always,
Yeah.
reading, you're gonna be there.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
forever.
This is something I remember when first joining that. I think Igor even told me, he was just like, don't use those sprays for your throat. And then also I had a
Which Max was fucking overdoing on Roots tour, like every
that's-
song.
All those singer sprays, whatever they're called. Yeah.
And this is what he was like, and he said, my brother would use
Yeah.
this a lot, and you become addicted to it. And then a coach was saying, like, you don't know if your voice is heard also.
You don't.
Because you're
Yeah,
coding
because-
it.
yeah,
And so if
exactly.
you have a serious problem, you're going to not know. And he was like, and you don't want to get in that pattern. You have to have it.
It's a security thing.
Yeah.
It's like, but honestly, I think sleep's the most important thing, obviously, and the warm ups.
100%.
It's not the tea.
Yeah.
It's not the honey. We know
Yeah.
that. It's not
Yes,
talking and
exactly.
Like after the shows, when you're talking to people, that kind of makes it worse. After you play the show,
Yes.
and you're at the merch booth, they're saying hi to people.
Right.
You gotta shut the hell up and go to your bunk.
Yeah,
Get away from
yeah.
people because this is your tool.
Yep.
Yeah,
And you can't
exactly.
afford to miss the next show. But yeah,
But it's funny.
It's not the
I mean,
sprays.
sleep is 100% so important.
And that's so hard on
Good
tour,
sleep.
though. It's good. It's hard to get that on tour, though.
It can't
Yeah, but
be.
without alcohol, we can sleep much better, man.
Yeah.
That's
Dude.
a
Woo,
big.
yeah.
Dude,
And I have
Yeah.
to say, coming home from tours
no
now,
comparison.
it's like I have a lot more energy. Before coming home from tours, I would be
Shot.
done.
yeah.
For
Toast.
just like a week of just like, what happened
yeah.
to him?
Yeah.
No way. Now I'm like, oh my God. Like,
yeah, we did the 2 tours this summer, 9 shows in a row in a Sprinter van, no days off in Europe. And we're never doing it again. We've been in the band 30 years. We've never taken off a day off ever on a tour in our lives. So next summer, we're taking off a day.
Please.
And we're not going to kill ourselves in the van. And first time ever, I bought the band business class.
Right.
We did
All right.
So we did a round trip to Europe. I had a fucking pod. I slept on the plane. I'm never going to the back of the bus after a 6-hour flight. It was life-changing, bro. I slept on a flight. I hate flying, dude. It was incredible, bro.
Yeah,
you gotta treat
man.
yourself. Have this punk rock guilt, like, oh my God, I spend this money. Like, I feel bad. Like, what am I doing? Like, I'm 54 years old, bro.
You know, we had to fight inside our own corporation, you know, to travel better. You know, because people want to save here, save there.
I get it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But dude, we are in the front line. All right, we are there. We go to fucking border in Georgia and Armenia, you know, to play a concert and stuff.
Facts.
You know,
Yeah.
And we have to travel, like you said. You know, you sleep much better. You have everything. You have the lounge. You have everything. You know,
Dude.
We play in São Paulo a concert. Next day we flew to Korea. To South Korea.
I saw that.
We did 2 shows, one big festival, amazing, and 1 concert ourselves. We went back and continued our tour in São Paulo. I mean, if you do like that, unprepared or the best that we can, it destroys you, man.
And it doesn't give the fans a good show because you're not 100%.
Yeah.
You're exhausted.
Right.
So we
So
could
it's not
sleep
fair.
great. You could sleep good on the flight.
Yeah.
And we ate great. You know, so we prepare ourselves. We did great shows when we came back with full power.
It was
Yeah.
a crazy
It was
mission.
awesome.
That was a crazy mission, huh?
Yeah,
It was, but it wasn't.
But did you have business?
Yes.
Yeah.
It made it so much more enjoyable. I mean,
Yeah.
it was like, this isn't bad at all, you know? It's
Dude, when
like,
you're in business, it doesn't even feel like you're freaking flying. The air is different. They treat you different. I'm getting the most vegan treats ever.
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Morse, you want
Oh,
some more
yeah,
water?
yeah.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, yo, leave me alone. I'm trying to sleep. But dude, it's so crazy.
It's another
and
world.
I'll say it on the podcast, but I'm surprising my wife, and I bought her business class to Chile.
Mhm.
It's an 11-hour flight.
Yeah.
Nobody else in my I bought it for my wife to treat her. She's never done it before.
That's
I'm gonna be in the
nice.
back of the bus, but I put her in the front because I wanted to see what
That's
it's like.
cool.
You know
That's
what I mean?
cool, man.
So, yeah,
That's
but-
really cool.
that's real love.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be waking her up like my turn to get up.
Oh
here.
yeah. When the food comes.
But dude, it's just that sleep, dude. It's like
All right, my turn.
it's like
Wake up.
Get
Wake up.
But it's like taking care of yourself. They're talking. We're like,
Absolutely.
we're all in our 50s, but we do it for a long
Exactly,
time.
yeah.
It's like,
Yes.
40 years on the road, and we went through vans and everything, man. We
Oh,
did
yeah.
it all, you know.
yo,
And,
going from a van to a bus is so sick. That first time doing that.
bus also is recharging, man. You know,
Yeah.
we
Oh,
sleep great.
Extremely, yeah.
We have.
Had
great
you guys been in the
drivers.
bus before the new Titans in '91 in the U.S.?
Good question.
I don't know.
I think we
Maybe have.
No, we did the van tour in '89. I think with Obituary and Sadus, we all had already a bus.
Okay.
I think.
That was
Sharing it.
Was that your own
I don't
bus? I
remember.
don't know. I know we shared a bus with Napalm Death. We just met them.
That was your first bus?
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was
That's
so sick.
amazing.
Barney's amazing. And then meet you guys for the first time and Napalm Death. That was a crazy tour. It was like 6-week-long tour. It was really wild, man.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Did you know anything about metal? Or?
No, I knew because I worked at Roadrunner Records.
Oh, that's true.
I
Yeah.
knew the imagery. I knew the stuff of the music. You know,
Right.
you know what I mean. So like, and then going to that tour, and I feel like
Was
that
that your first big tour that you went on?
was Sick of It All. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was the first big tour Sick of It All had done as a New York hardcore band, going with a big band like Sepultura.
True.
I think that's like the first kind of not crossover, that connection there. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't even know how they got on that tour, but it was awesome. It was such a great tour for them. No, I'm saying like
It
how
worked
it
out
happened.
so great, man. Great people. You know, the fans were really supportive of that
Yeah.
mixture. You know,
It was
it was
crazy.
awesome.
I'm gonna read one. I'm opening up this journal I have from
Oh, my
1991, and I did notes every day.
Jesus.
The first show was July 18th, first day of the tour. But the second day, I'll read the first couple of things. July 19th, Allentown, Pennsylvania, Airport Music Hall, 4:50 a.m. in the bus. New Titans, Biohazard, White Power asshole Sig Heiling, Lou talk shit to the crowd. A bunch of skinheads chant New York City sucks. And I'm gonna close it right there.
Can you feel the vibe?
That's the first thing.
Oh my God.
Allentown, yeah.
It was wild, dude.
I kind of remember that vibe, man.
I mean, Richie from
walking to the crowd was really heavy.
Holy shit.
That's true.
Yeah, and so that's the first thing in this journal, which I'll never release this journal, but maybe throughout our time we'll read some
That's
stuff.
amazing to have that document, man. It's amazing. This is a historical document.
I have all the passes. I have everything.
The stickers
passes.
and
Nice.
it's awesome.
Look at these stickers. Like look at this.
Wow. That's incredible.
On everywhere we went, every freaking thing we did, like it's all the shows. Like, dude,
man.
it's crazy. Like, just I don't know. And then here we are now, freaking 40 years later. But look at that right there, the showcase.
Wow.
So we're all fine.
Yeah, man.
I don't even know if did you come out to that tour and see that tour?
No, it was, I remember it came to Cleveland and Quicksand was playing. I
they
think,
were?
across the street.
Wait a second. So you went and saw Quicksand instead of this one?
Yeah,
I did.
traitor.
I know. I did. I was like, oh man, what am I gonna see?
But you knew the Sepultura was playing in Cleveland. Yeah. The new
But
Titans.
I didn't know anything
About them?
I was like sick of it all. I want to see.
Were you too punk for metal? Were you too hardcore to listen to metal?
At that time, I
'Cause
was
I know
a little more open minded for sure.
Okay.
Because I remember I got like, I had a change of heart.
Change of heart.
Yeah.
Was it Metallica or Motorhead or something? Or?
Metallica definitely opened the door, but I was already into like Motorhead because I thought they were pretty punk.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
pretty
like
punk,
that,
yeah.
the attitude and everything. But then, I was just like, I got to see Quicksand because that was like the new.
The new.
Yeah, the new, and I was also friends with those guys.
Yeah.
So. But I didn't really get into like Arise until I moved to New York, and my friend Max.
I didn't give you.
Who showed you Arise?
He showed me Arise.
I didn't give you a
like
CD
road
for my
trip.
job. No.
No, I had like a cassette tape. We're at a truck stop, and he was like, "Yeah, we
Wow.
should check these guys out." And I was like, "Really?" And he's like, "Yeah."
But you guys knew about hardcore and punk rock and stuff back then.
Yeah.
Growing
It
up,
was
when
an
you guys grew up.
influence, especially because Max and Igor, they
Yeah.
listened a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
That I started learning, like Dead Kennedys, Suicidal Tendencies, even Ramones. I was very heavy metal, man.
Yeah.
You know, I was very metal, Ozzy, Dio. You know.
Wasn't like your first show
Maiden.
like Kiss or something?
Yeah.
80s, yeah.
83 in
83,
the
yeah.
big stadium in São Paulo, Brazil. Creatures of the Night tour. That was the last tour with makeup.
Yeah.
Before they changed the whole visual effects.
Bro.
It changed my life, man. I mean, that tour to see Kiss at my football stadium. I go to that football stadium since I was 7 years old.
Wow,
Because my team
dude.
plays there, Morumbi Stadium. And it was fantastic. It was beautiful. The Tank, Eric Carr. It was amazing.
Did you see Queen too or something?
No, my mom didn't let me. I was too young.
Oh wow.
My neighbors went, man. I was so pissed off, man. I was so sad. The angry kid in the room. But the one of the TV channels they broadcast the show.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, it was a great impact as well.
And you
For
also
sure.
saw AC/DC too, though, early 85 or something.
85 was Rock in Rio.
Yeah, Rock and Rio.
Oh,
yeah.
man. Ozzy, Scorpions, Queen, Maiden on Power Slave tour, Queen
That's
on Radio
hard.
Gaga. Dude,
Wow.
it was huge.
So how old are you then? 85.
85. 17,
Wow,
18,
man.
17, yeah.
That's awesome. That's a great big one.
Oh, yeah. For my age, especially because Brazil was coming out of a military dictatorship, in 85, was starting to open, possibilities to vote, democracy and stuff was exciting times,
Yeah.
especially for a 17-year-old. Rock
Yeah.
and roll, starting to let the grow hair.
And then 2 years later, you're in Sepultura, which is crazy, man. 87, I think. Since 87.
years.
Exactly.
Crazy.
And in
man.
91, we were already playing at Rock in Rio.
91?
91, January 91, yes. In Maracanã Stadium.
And did you roadie for Sepultura for a second?
No,
For
that's
Max? Not true?
a fake tale.
87?
I did one show,
It
okay.
sounded really weird to me, to be honest.
I did one show. I was never attacked. I didn't know about tax.
That's what I'm
we were
saying.
friends helping each
Okay,
other.
okay. Okay.
It happened. It have a video actually. That's why people talk about, because the only show I saw Sepultura before I joined the band was near São Paulo.
Yeah.
And we all went like a gang, like metalheads and stuff, and we all friends, and we were on stage there. I was on the side. Max had a broken string. And I was there helping, trying to change the string.
And that's where the urban legend comes from.
And then the video captured that movement,
Right.
Oh, my God.
Roadie.
Crazy.
Roadie, yeah. So,
and that was it.
Yeah, that was it.
Didn't know that story.
Yeah, I was a roadie for a few minutes.
Right.
But then you auditioned.
What's
the original guy's name left?
Jairo.
Jairo, come say his name.
Now he has a band called Troops of Doom.
Okay.
Which does the Sepultura sound before I joined the band. Like the
Oh,
early
wow,
albums.
that's cool,
It's pretty
man.
cool, yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty well done.
That's awesome.
And Jairo, funny enough, he wanted to leave the band because he liked Bon Jovi and Yngwie Malmsteen, and
Okay.
he wanted to do more of that type of music.
Uh-huh.
And he left the band, and I left. I didn't know what to do in 1986, but it was a very bizarre year for me because I wasn't, I repeat the fucking year in school.
You did?
Yeah.
Were you like a bad kid in school?
Not really. But that year I was maybe, music. I was playing guitar but didn't have a band. All my band left me because they wanted to work with their dads and stuff. They didn't want to be musicians, that kind of stuff. And I didn't have a girlfriend. It was like Brazil was changing. It was crazy, But at the same time, everything was open.
Yeah.
Possibilities, So I met the guys in Sepultura. January 87, I went to Belo Horizonte on vacation. I jammed with them, especially with Igor. Me and Igor, we got like an immediate connection musically.
Okay.
And funny enough, we kind of didn't like each other. our you know what I mean, right, Derrick?
Yeah.
We respect so much. I love Igor.
Yeah.
I really respect him. But we have personal things that was not really, it didn't match too much. But musically, it was my perfect partner.
Yeah.
We played Slayer. We played Destruction, we played Venom, whatever, on the rehearsal. And that was cool because I could show what I could play, I could play more technical, difficult stuff because of heavy metal. Playing leads, Randy Rhoads and Tony Iommi, all that stuff, And I think in March or April, Jairo really left the band. And it was kind of natural that they want a new guitarist and I want a new band,
Yeah.
And I went there and it just happened.
Wow.
It was not even an audition. I mean, it was like my audition was that rehearsal basically.
Yeah.
That I didn't know I was doing an audition, We were just jamming, so they knew I could play, they knew I could do stuff, and I was available, and it happened.
Were you working at that time or anything, or?
No, I was fucking, in that
crazy
86 mood. We don't know what to do.
Did you graduate from high school?
Not really. Because everything happened at the same time.
Wow.
Because, school was not really interesting anymore. And
was it ever interesting to you, though? Did you like school?
I like. I mean, once I represent my school on the Mathematical Olympics in my state. Yes.
Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
What?
I was very young. Like, I was, 14.
So you're good at math.
13.
You love math?
I mean, not really, because I didn't keep studying that, but I love math. I mean, music's mathematical.
Totally.
Read music and construction
Yeah.
and stuff.
Damn.
There's, of course, a lot of math in music. But, I like to study. I like to do, new information and new challenges. And
But you
stuff,
weren't thinking about what you wanted to do when you got out of school? Was it music you thought? Or?
And, 87, I was with those friends that like the same type of music, listen to thrash metal and all that stuff, Creator, that kind of the death metal from Germany, thrash metal from Germany. And Sepultura was the same path. I mean, we connected immediately. We were made for each other.
Yeah, it's perfect.
At the time that being and stuff, and I moved to Belo Horizonte from São Paulo. My mom and dad really were supportive. They just, keep studying. I went there, found a school for me in Belo Horizonte.
Oh, wow.
But I mean, I didn't study,
Oh.
I was just going to school. And Sepultura started to happen really
Yeah.
quickly. You know, Schizophrenia, we record Schizophrenia, got in touch with Borivoy, that put, you know, in touch with Roadrunner, Monty Connor, signed the deal in 88.
Crazy, dude.
And 89, Beneath the Remains came out.
Yes.
And everything started
It's been
to
on
happen.
and popping since then, man. There's so many records, man.
Yeah.
And so how are people finding out overseas about Sepultura? Like how are people hearing about it?
Very underground, like letters, you know,
Wow.
cassette tapes.
Dude.
Max used to write letters. We have this friend called Lino who translated. He speaks very good English. So Max wrote to the guys in Morbid Angel,
Dude.
Dad, Chuck Schuldiner from Death, Millie from Creator, and they all responded because they wanted those albums from the Belo Horizonte scene, you know, the death metal, Holocausto, Mutilator, Sepultura, Sarcófago, you know. And Max sent those albums in exchange from, you know, Hellhammer and Venom and Slayer albums.
That's so cool. Like pen pals.
Yeah.
That's so cool, man.
Exactly.
That's how he did it back then. It's crazy.
And it really
man.
worked. Max was very active on that, you know, on that connection. And Borivoy Krigan, who's the guy on Blabbermouth today, you know, that he created Blabbermouth.
Oh, wow.
Was our first manager, let's say, you know. He was very helpful because he was the first guy who put Sepultura in his on the cover of his fanzine.
Okay.
I don't remember the name of the fanzine now. But Borivoy was with us. He came with us to Europe on our first tour with Sodom to help us out. He filmed everything. He has like
Cool.
VHS of that tour, like your journal, you know.
Yeah.
Like very historical document about that.
That's cool.
And he was very helpful for us to sign the deal. You know, it was Borivoy, Don Kay from Kerrang magazine as well, and Monty Connor. You know, the trio that really made it happen for Sepultura to sign with Roadrunner and do a worldwide release and etc. and the tours. But we signed a deal with 7 albums, man. You know,
That was the thing back then.
Yeah,
though. That's
it was
crazy.
crazy.
Dude. 7 albums.
Of course, we had
man.
every album. We have more money. You know,
Totally.
so we did 5 albums with them,
Yep.
including 2 with Derrick.
Yep.
And we have 2 more with a lot of money involved, and we decided to split, you know, because it would be too much bureaucracy. And
So how many years on Roadrunner?
from 88 to 2002.
Damn, that's crazy. Was Monty Connor still there the whole time?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. Is he still there now?
No, he's a Nuclear Blast.
Okay.
America.
I remember him, man. He was kind of like not my boss, but I knew he was in the office working there, you know?
Yeah.
I know that name too. It's legendary. That's
yeah, he's a
crazy,
famous
dude.
A&R, man. I mean, he signed so many bands, including Sepultura.
Wow. And then so many records since then. There's not many gaps in between the records either, man. You guys stayed busy.
That's what I mean. Yeah, we never stopped, man.
Maybe between Arise and Roots, that was kind of the longest maybe at that point. 3 years, I think, or something.
Now, Rise, Chaos AD, and Roots.
Oh, yeah.
There's Chaos there.
That's right.
In the middle, yeah.
You're right. So there was no breaks. Damn, dude.
Yeah, we had a break when Max left the band. We had
Yeah.
to cancel all the tours in 96. 97 was a weird year for us. We started, you know, me, Igor, and Paulo, we stayed together, then, you know, to try a new thing, a new band. Even we thought about changing the name or starting something new. We started working as a trio on the material that eventually went to be Against.
Yeah.
And Derrick came after 9 to 10 months. Davide was our first attempt.
Wow.
Yes. You know Davide, of course. Right?
Wow.
Crazy, right?
That's
so Davide is a guy who was playing in Orange 9mm.
Yep.
That's the name. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always forget. Yeah.
Crazy,
And
man.
it's like huge.
I didn't know that, dude.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
came
you
down to
didn't?
Brazil,
I
man.
think so.
He came down to Brazil.
No, he went to San Diego.
To San Diego, yeah. Was George who came
Jorge.
down to Brazil. Jorge.
Marauder.
Yes.
Marauder, exactly.
He was another
That's-
person.
He did a
that
tryout too.
He
Wow,
went down to
man.
Brazil.
Yeah, he
before
went
I
down
did.
to the Brazil. Yeah,
Did
before
you guys
he
know
done.
who Marauder was at that point?
Not really.
Okay. Wow, man. So how many people really tried out for Sepultura?
Dude, Chuck Schuldiner had a tape on Choke, on the song Choke.
Okay.
From not Chuck, Chuck
Chuck
Billy. Chuck Billy
from Testament.
Testament. Wow, dude.
And yeah, man, we're trying out. I mean, we're very open because we didn't want to try to copy anything that we were doing.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't do any tests with singers singing Refuse Resist or Territory or Roots. You
Yeah.
know? I mean, who cares? right?
Yeah.
So we wrote this new song with no vocals, no nothing, which is Choke today. And we sent to singers, including Derrick, open, write whatever you want, lyrics, and do whatever you want,
The person that gave me that was Mike Gitter, who just started
I
working
was
at
gonna say, who
Roadrunner.
connected you to them? That was
Mike Gitter
Mike
just
Gitter.
started working at Roadrunner.
Okay.
And he was like, yo, I think you should try out for Sepultura. They lost their singer, or the singer left, and I think they should go in a different direction,
And Mike Gitter called me and, I know this guy. I think he could be a good choice for you.
That's a good person.
He's
But he's black. I say, okay.
Shout out to Mike Gitter, man. Mike Gitter's an OG in the game, too.
Yes.
Shout out to Mike Gitter. Oh, my. And he's big and he's got dreads.
I think he was thinking that it would be ridiculous for them to look for somebody to replace Max as far as like another Max.
Yeah.
Of course.
A person that looked like him, sounded like him. He was like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. We wanted somebody new that could bring something new to build something new, and that's what we're doing till today. Derrick really do something really cool on the demo, which funny enough was produced together with Davide.
Yeah, Davide
they
helped
did
me
together
in his studio.
Wow. Can you believe these connections, man?
That's
It's insane.
crazy.
It's
Man.
insane. Davide was like tripped out by the whole experience because he was a huge Sepultura fan.
Okay.
And listen
He
to
knew
this.
all the
We were in
songs.
San
Oh, yeah.
Diego, October 12th,
This is
1997, ready to rehearse with Davide. And my wife, Patricia, is in the hospital, ready to have my second kid, Johan.
Wow, man.
So we didn't rehearse. I have to leave and fly to Phoenix.
Oh, that's right. You guys live
And
in
my son was born there like 2 hours later after I got to the hospital.
That's
It was
amazing.
really quick.
Made it there. Wow, man.
And we never really rehearsed. We were like, he was really learning Old Earth and Choke and all those new songs. He was a great player,
He's
really great musician.
Damn.
But it didn't happen. But right there, we realized we knew we needed somebody else. We need an extra person because it was very exciting to get me, Paulo, and Igor together with Davide there in a room.
Yeah.
With the new guy bringing new stuff and creating a new thing.
He was pumped.
He was very important for us. Although we'd never really practiced, rehearsed, we never had an audition because of Johan.
Yeah.
My son was born at the same time.
Yeah, he's having a baby then. I was like, really?
And then Derrick came in a little later, and the connections was weird because Davide was there helping him out,
Yeah,
so he
cool,
already
man.
had that kind of feeling with what we were doing.
Yeah.
So he had some
Insight. Yeah.
that's
insight,
really cool.
extra info.
Yeah.
But
you
he
still
did his.
talk to Davide?
Huh?
Still talk to him?
I haven't in a long time, but I
Yeah.
stayed in touch with him for a really long time. Yeah.
That's wild.
So he did a really nice demo with the growling and aggressive,
You
but
did?
also with
Yeah.
melody
Yeah.
and stuff. It was really cool.
Was it different than you were singing in Outface?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But it was like I kind of wanted to show. I think that's also what those guys thought was interesting, the fact that there was like melody and not only growling.
Totally.
Because a lot of the demos that I heard that people were sending and they told me were people trying to imitate, the old singer. And,
Totally.
And just doing very one-dimensional.
Mm-hmm.
And that was something
We wanted to run away from that, man.
Yeah.
It'd
Something
be too easy.
And that was something I wanted to run too, where to have that ability to work and have that freedom, which I was so thankful that they gave, it was like complete freedom, like, try anything you want. I was even playing guitar, and I didn't even play guitar. I was like, all right, let's do this.
You were hyped.
We were trying everything as well.
Yeah.
Made it all happen.
But it was interesting because they had this combination together as a band for so many years. You could feel that, when you walk into the room and it's like, all right, we're going to play this song. And it was just like, oh my God, like blown away, like hearing it. It was like, this is powerful. And it was intimidating in the audition at first because I was like, whoa, like they had this, you can tell they had this unity that you could feel.
Yeah. Many years together, man.
Yeah, and it was just like, wow. So it was really brought me into like focus on the moment, forget anything from the outside.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It took some time, it was really, because I didn't know how big the band actually was until going to Brazil and seeing it.
There's no internet back
There was
then.
no internet, so it was
No.
just like word of mouth, like, yeah, they're great. I saw them play live. I was like, all right, yeah, it was good show, or
And then you go over there and
DVD
it's like,
or VHS cassettes I saw, and I was like, all right, that looks big, but it didn't really compare to like being there in Brazil.
And then playing your first show with them in Brazil must have been
that
crazy,
was like
bro.
mind blowing.
He did a huge festival. We did the huge festival with Mike Patton, Jason Newsted. Shavante Stripe there.
Wow.
Amazon came. Even Mackie was there for some.
Oh,
he was
wow.
playing with Supla, this guy.
Oh, yeah.
Supla, that's right.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
It was crazy.
And here you're almost like, how many records you done with them? Like 10 records probably?
I don't know.
I think it's like 10 records, man.
Yeah, possibly.
Right? Yeah.
Could be, yeah.
Could be.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, it's not. I think it's not the newest one. Yeah. It's a lot of records, though, man. And I'm trying to think how many records you made. 1, 2, 3. Dude, it's less records in the first half of the band. You've done more records as you as a singer.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I've been
more time,
a lot
Crazy,
of time.
man. It's
like
crazy.
The new singer.
Yeah. the newer singer. Well, it's working out, man. It's exciting, though, for you, man.
Yeah, it's extremely exciting. I mean, because the whole idea of really getting the band, I felt from the very beginning was that it had to be an evolution. It was going to take time. They had a career before that took time.
Yeah.
And I respected that evolution. I was like, that's what bands were for me.
Totally.
You know, like growing, changing, trying new things, and, staying together as a unit. And that was like a challenge. I was like, yeah, I want to see it evolve. I didn't expect it to blow up overnight. Like, everybody's going to be accepted.
Yeah.
I wanted to work for that.
Big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
The first tour was very challenging with Slayer and System of a Down. That in Europe. And
because we
had a few fans in the beginning, I remember. But we won them.
Yeah.
Right?
It's awesome.
Absolutely.
Man. That must have been nerve-wracking a little bit.
Yeah, of course. People like cross-armed, just like, but it's great to see playing those songs now and people going off and knowing that.
But I think it's a great experience for a singer, man, because you hear that by Ronnie Dio and Bruce Dickinson on the first shows, when they did Iron Man and stuff. Boo, where's the other guy? It's like,
I'm sure it happens to
it's I mean, it's inevitable, but it's very short-lived.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, it can be. I mean, especially like we recorded with Jason Newsted.
Oh,
and talked a lot with him on the first album about being accepted into a new band, a new gig. And
he was really, crucial for everything to as a motivation factor,
100%.
You had a band with him too, right, Jason? You had a project with him.
Yeah, I have a few stuff.
Yeah,
I used to go to his house a lot, man. When I live in Phoenix.
Yeah,
he has his home studio, and Rob Flynn and Gary Holt and Tom Hunting. We were there just the weekends doing demos and creating bands. It was so
you
cool,
lived in
man.
Arizona for a while. How long did you live there for?
10 years.
Wow. Did you like it there?
I love it. It was great. Great times.
Yeah.
Even though it's Arizona.
So
I know. I had a great time there, man. Phoenix is a very different city today, of course. But it was a great experience for us, for my family. My Johan was born there, Scottsdale. And
Scottsdale's nice. That's where Roger Agnostic Front lives.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Cool.
He's been there for like 10, 20 years now, yeah.
Dave Ellison lives there, too. Alice Cooper.
Really?
It's a rocking town, yeah.
Wow.
I thought he was living in Florida.
Rob Halford.
He does?
Yeah.
In Arizona?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Was the band before Sepultura you and Pestilence? Was that the first band?
That was one of the names, yeah.
Was it a cover band?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Pestilence started to write.
That was F&G. What's the other one?
material.
What's one? ESIFNG?
Esfinge. Which is Sphinx in Portuguese.
Okay, that was your first kind of band, cover band thing.
Cover band, totally cover. We played White Snake and Venom.
That was a high school band.
Yeah, totally. It was great. But my school, was where I learned a lot regarding leads and not the theoretical part, but you know how geographically play the stuff, and Def Leppard and Maiden and Judas Priest, all that, man.
You just play along to it, kind of self-taught?
Yeah, listening and on the room, like cassette tape coming back and forth, or vinyl,
It's crazy, man. Before YouTube videos.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah. It's so cool.
Or Pro Tools that you see everything now, but it was great to teach the hearing, to learn, and the tones of the guitars and distortion and clean sounds and stuff. It was great. I think it's a great school. I still play covers today. I have a band with my son, Johan. It's called Kisser Clan.
Nice.
And we played only covers, you know.
That's awesome, man.
It's great. We played Rock in Rio even.
You did?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, no, it's in like smaller stages
That's
that
cool,
they have
though,
around,
yeah.
you know. It was great.
What do you think it was with the guitar when you picked that instrument, you think?
Because every band that I started, they already had a drummer. And
Okay.
I always liked the drums.
That makes sense. That's a good reason.
Because I guess drums, you just pick up the sticks and start beating, right?
Yeah.
I got a
Anyone-
question for both of you. How is
Sure.
it to play with, your sons?
Mm.
How's that feeling?
It's
like,
great.
is it like a trip? Like
As long I have the full, dictatorial point of view of everything, is fine. I'm your father. Don't talk to me like this.
It's true. That, but also like my son's like the backbone of the band now, and the drummers that kind of run the show, like the bass and drummers. No disrespect to guitar players and singers, but that's like the base of the band. The drums, like they're like.
Oh yeah,
We're following
that's what I'm
Max.
saying. I mean, I wanted to be a drummer because the drums are very fascinating.
Yeah, man.
I remember, drawing on my book, schools, Peter Criss, the drums from Kiss and stuff. Always drawing the drummer,
Yeah.
But as I said, my grandma had the acoustic guitar, playing and stuff. I was starting to listen more of the heavy metal, Kiss and Queen and that stuff, So it's funny because the first day I went to the music teacher with my mom and with my grandma's guitar, I told the teacher my dream was to play Stairway to Heaven. That was my impossible goal.
Wow.
I didn't have any idea where to start.
Right.
But of course, okay, we can start. Let's do this, but we can start with the, basics, chords.
Yeah.
So I started with Brazilian music, actually, learning the popular Brazilian music at the time.
Yeah.
Learning major E and D, whatever. The basic chords and stuff. And listening to heavy metal and stuff, I started playing myself. So I learned Stairway to Heaven myself.
That's amazing, man.
Start learning after where are the notes and etc.
How long did it take to learn that?
Dude, a few, because when you start learning the bar,
Mhm.
that's the worst part. A lot of people give up
Okay.
when they start because it's very painful.
Okay.
So as soon as because the first chord you need for the Stairway to Heaven, you need a bar. You
Okay.
know, so that was my big challenge, and it took some time really to feel comfortable to do that. I
Yeah.
don't remember how long, but it wasn't enough for me to give up.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, yeah, playing with Max is awesome. Sometimes I don't even think about it as he's my son. Oh, it's just then I
Right.
see him like, oh shit, I made that kid. You don't think about because you're playing with him and you get in the moment, but then you look at him like, wow, this is really. When you step back and think about it, I'm like, this is really cool. I'm touring with my son. We're playing music together. Music we wrote before he was born, before he was even a thought, before I met my wife.
Right.
This band's been going,
Right.
and now he's playing
That's
these.
killer,
Yeah.
man.
And now he's playing these songs with us. They're like way older than him. And now he's
Yeah.
like writing the set list, telling us what other songs we should play. We never played
Right,
in a long
right.
time. He's picking songs we haven't played in so long, which I think is fun. And he makes us feel like a reborn band, kind of like Greyson with you guys, having a young drummer who's
definitely.
1 year younger than Max.
And picking out songs that were
And they're
like, oh,
so
yeah.
excited, and it's a new energy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, it's great also because Kisser Clan, this band, I kind of created around him.
Mhm.
Dude, you have to know this is 110 voltage. Don't burn your fucking amp. Do
yeah,
you change your strings? Where's your pick?
yeah,
That kind of stuff. Get ready to enjoy yourself,
Mhm.
not to be only I want to be famous and stuff.
yeah.
And so today he plays piano. He teaches music. He's a fucking genius.
That's
man.
amazing, man.
It's fantastic.
new
He just put
album
out
is-
his new album. You have to listen.
Okay,
I want
yeah.
to send you the link
Okay.
afterwards.
How old is he?
He's 27 now.
Wow, man.
So he's very
27.
interested in music. He loves what he does. He was made for that as well.
Yeah, when I joined the band, he was like in my arms,
Yeah,
literally
Dude.
a baby.
That photo
Like,
is fucking
photo
great.
is just like,
Wow,
there.
dude.
I was like, oh my
That's
god,
amazing. And he plays piano, he said?
play
Yeah.
piano better than ever. He's having classes and stuff.
It's crazy
they're
they're playing the piano, too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
it's
interesting. Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, he's
No, it's great to see his development, his passion for music, the way he treated business, the way we talk a lot about, be careful with that. Don't sign this, how much it's going to cost to do a video, how much you're paying for your drummer,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff, because now he controls his career.
Mhm.
He told me once that we were having this conversation that he wanted to do his project, he wanted to be him and stuff. Say, okay, dude, but go as Johann Kisser, don't go as a band or anything else. Go do yourself, man. You're very unique. He does like and this was a changing perspective for him, you know, and now he takes care of everything.
Awesome.
Of the bureaucratic stuff, of the business, and of course the arrangement, the lyrics, the vocals.
Does it all.
Yeah, that's the way he likes to do the stuff,
He's playing shows, he's touring and stuff too?
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
He opened for us?
Yeah, he opened for us in Sepultura in a few weeks ago in Sao Paulo.
That's cool, man.
It was great.
Opened for his pops. That's really cool. How was the crowd for them? Did people check him out?
Yeah, it was great.
He's got his own following, probably doing his own thing.
Yeah, he's very like a progressive music.
Oh, okay.
He likes like Zappa, Yes, Greyson, really... stuff like that.
Awesome, man.
It's
finding
really
his
cool.
own thing. Yeah.
He played like Roundabout from Yes as a cover on the show. So
that's cool, man.
I love that.
That's so cool, man. Was he into like harder stuff too? Like
yeah. His first guitar is like the same as James Hetfield, Gibson, which is very spoiled kid.
This is a great segue right now. Did you audition for Metallica once?
Yes. It was an amazing experience, man. Even though I didn't get the job. 92, yeah.
And was that for James Hetfield's position?
Yeah.
Wow, man. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Wow.
That was a great experience, man.
How did that even happen? Like what?
Phil from Sacred Reich.
Oh yeah.
It's a big friends from Jason Newton.
Okay.
Jason for a long time. Newton also is from Phoenix.
Okay.
And when it happened, Phil knew that I love Metallica. I could play all those songs, and because I have the cover bands and stuff, and we also jam and play around together and stuff,
Yeah.
So Phil suggested my name to Jason, and Jason said, "Yeah, we're gonna be in Denver during this week, and during this time, we have a spot for him." Dude,
wow.
I went, organized my trip and stuff. Okay, I'm going. Learning all the stuff. Black Album was really new. It was very difficult to play.
I love that record.
Unforgiven, Nothing Else Matters and stuff.
Oh my God.
Dude.
But I was learning most of the stuff I knew because Metallica was one of my main schools,
Yeah.
The right hand and heavy music, Hetfield and stuff. So I went there. There was a limousine waiting for me at the airport. I had my bag and my guitar, my Charvel guitar, like Andreas Kisser here, like the sign,
Dude.
I went straight to the rehearsal place from the airport.
Wow.
Airport rehearsal space. They were playing. Metallica is great, man, because they really go for they open a spot for guitar in cover bands in Canada. Like people they knew.
Yeah.
For me, including, that they need. I mean, they knew Sepultura, but a little bit about,
Yeah.
So I went there and they opened the space and I played and it was great. Even the crew said, "Wow, man, it was really on top." I played fucking Shortest Straw, man.
Shortest Straw.
Which is very difficult,
Yeah.
I nailed and won and said but true.
One.
Wow.
Were you nervous?
Fuck yeah, man. I mean, to say Kirk Hammett coming out of it, "Hey, man, you just arrived from Brazil. Just are you okay?"
Dude.
Like very high spirits.
Very surreal, probably, yeah.
The first rehearsal, the first test was only the trio, Hammett, Newsted, and Lars. And the first song I played was Enter Sandman. Was the hit of the moment and stuff. And I play exactly the way they do live, including the ending, They were surprised. I thought, well, there are a few bootlegs around, and I really following you guys, whatever and stuff. And so they opened, they opened another date in the next day for the final because it was me and James was there.
Yeah.
Dude.
But who was the other person? The final?
It was James Marshall.
Okay.
That guitar player from Metal Church.
Okay.
That eventually he did the job, because he was more connected and etc. I wasn't ready to play Unforgiven and Nothing Else Matters and stuff, That was more challenging for me at the time, And Hetfield like observing and stuff, He really said, when we played Shortest Straw, I said, "Fuck, man, it was great, It was really, but the other stuff wasn't ready." But I did the final, I did
it's cool.
in this.
Yeah.
Made it to the finals.
Yeah. And plus the great friendship with them till today. It's
awesome, man.
It's amazing. It was one of the best experiences in my life. It was amazing.
Can you play Unforgiven now?
I guess I can, yeah. I have to relearn.
I love that. I love that record. I know people.
Yeah, me too, man.
I love it, dude.
Yeah, it's
Unforgiven, dude. Wow, dude.
It's a great album. I remember me and Phil Rindt from Sacred Reich always defending, Black Album because everybody hated it. Everybody hated it.
Metallica had some crazy haters though.
I know.
On those 3 albums, from after Garage Days.
Yeah.
Like people were just like,
yeah.
Garage Days Revisit was sick though.
It was sick.
Sick, man.
Like then there were not so many haters then.
Load and Reload, I love them today more than I used to.
Yeah.
But that was the Napster stuff around then too, wasn't it?
True.
That was all. That was circling besides the music.
Which Lars was right.
He was, dude. He fucking called it, all this downloading stuff, man.
Yeah.
He really called it, man.
Yeah.
Damn. And now we have the streaming service that is fucking horrible, man.
Dude.
I mean, we use them a lot. I don't want to be, but as an artist, it's fucking crazy.
I know. Last ones to get paid in pennies. Did you play with Scorpions too?
Oh yeah. I was a Scorpion for 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yes.
Wow.
Dude, that was.
Did you grow up loving them too? Did you like?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That was more than a dream, man. Fuck.
And that was an audition too.
It was a indication. Was use this guy. I mean, that was 2009, I think, 2008, 2009. And they were looking for Brazilian musicians to do this tour. Yeah. Especially doing acoustic arrangements with more of the Bahia vibe. Even Carlinhos Brown did the arrangements, which is the same percussionist who wrote Rata Mahata with us on Roots and stuff,
Oh, wow.
So they suggested my name for a third acoustic guitar, and they accepted, So I went there, did the rehearsals, and they opened even a spot for me to play electric, So I play Coast to Coast, which is a instrumental song.
Yeah.
And Rock You Like a Hurricane at the end. Which a lead spot.
Nice.
Wow, dude.
Nice.
Dude, I also jammed with Ronnie James Dio, Mob Rules in Sao Paulo.
Wow, man.
And I also jammed with Motorhead a few times, going to Brazil, Overkill. Yeah. I jammed with the Anthrax, of course.
Yeah, you still have Anthrax,
on the Big Four, which...
Did you do a whole tour with them or just...
Yeah, it was five big shows.
Wow,
big five, and then some extra Anthrax shows. The last show of this tour was Sepultura and Anthrax at the same festival.
Oh, wow.
I did double shift.
Oh, you did? Really? Wow,
double duty.
That's
1 hour with Sepultura and then 1 hour with Anthrax.
Jeez.
Was great.
Dude. That's crazy, man. But the latest album came out February 7th, right? 2020?
Mm-hmm.
Right before everything shut, right?
Yep. Exactly.
And so he's still touring on that now, obviously. And there's new music coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, some songs will be cool.
Fuck yeah, man.
And Greyson in the band, I think it's a real blessing. We talked before the podcast.
No doubt.
Right.
All that timing and everything that happened, good or bad, it's all meant to be, I think. And just seeing them play with you guys, he's so psyched to play with you guys,
I don't even
man.
think
Exactly,
it was
man.
good and bad or anything. I just think it's just...
The timing, I guess.
Yeah,
the timing.
But everything was like definitely, again, like I had no expectations of what was going to happen or anything. It was just, but the way that everything worked out just seemed the way that it is, the
Like
way
meant to be in a sense.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah, people make a question sometimes, oh, what you going to say to your younger self if you had the chance, Nothing. Just go, man.
Right.
Right? But I'm here the way I am because of everything that happened.
Yeah.
Every little detail, What I'm going to say, oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Quick. Dude.
Did you ever want to quit?
Wow. I guess on that period between Max and Derrick.
Yeah. Before we found Derrick.
It was a few weeks that I was thinking about even leaving music, for instance.
Wow.
Trying something else totally different, It was very frustrating. Everything that was happening, the way we were treated by the label, by the fans, a lot of fans, treating...
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just the concept of what Sepultura is or supposed to be,
Mm-hmm.
But that was very difficult times. But I guess the right people around, my family, my wife, new managers that came in that could, even though they didn't work with us, every meeting that we had at the time was very positive. In the respect that this is not the way, one. So clear the way, possibilities and stuff, And Todd Singerman came into the picture, which was managing Motorhead at the time.
Okay.
And he was crucial for us, man. He was very supportive, he said, you want to change the name? Fuck it. We're together, Other guys, oh, you guys crazy to change the name, which we were, But we had to go through that. And with Todd Singerman, we rebuilt everything. We found Derrick. We found the new producers for the album, Howard Benson.
Whoa, I worked with him.
Howard was one of the co-producers of the album together with
Interesting
Carlinhos.
cat, man. Interesting cat.
Very interesting. Yes, absolutely.
He came down to Brazil, man.
He did?
Howard
It was the first time he worked with Pro Tools.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
Was he wearing sweatpants?
Yes.
Yes, I love him, dude. He's just so interesting, but he kills it. He's like amazing producer.
Absolutely.
Man. Yeah, that was a fun experience with him. Wow.
So rebuilding everything and finding the right people gave obviously the confidence and the motivation to keep going. But there were a few that moment, but as far as I remember, that was the only time.
Yeah, 40 years is crazy, man.
It is.
And now you guys announced that this is it. We were talking before the pod, before you got here. It's like, now these shows are like incredible. It's emotional. It's like, now it's almost like, do you want it to end? Because now you see the ending and you have all this stuff booked, right? You're going to make some new music. There might be a ballad in there. Who knows? I've been telling Derrick to sing finally and do a ballad. That could be who knows what happened with that. But it's almost like, I don't know. I know you announced the ending, but is there an ending now? Because
we announced the ending, but we like to do it very slowly. There's no reason to rush anything.
There's no rush to the end.
We like to keep going till 26. We like to go to places we've never been before. We like to create new partnerships, like we're doing with this tour. Go do stuff. And
where haven't you guys been?
Iceland.
Ooh,
Alaska.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Vietnam.
Oh wow. Okay.
Malaysia,
Hong Kong.
Dude,
a few places.
Wow, a few of them.
Unfortunately, with the world the way it is today, like Russia, we cannot go to Russia or Ukraine for that matter. It's so sad because it's one of our favorite places to go. Russia is amazing,
Yeah.
Or places like Israel, for instance, that we talking about for many years. We shoot the video for territory there, and
wow,
still the lyrics still the same. Very powerful today.
To this day, it's crazy.
Unfortunately, man. And places like that, that Sepultura have a following. It's amazing to see that we have fans in Iran, for instance, where heavy metal is forbidden.
Wow,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's like fulfilling our last wishes, let's say, in that respect, and really live them to the full,
Almost like we talked about at the very beginning.
Exactly.
About just living your life to the fullest because there is an ending, right? Ending of a band, ending of life.
And dude, nothing is set. Nothing is set.
Yeah.
Who knows what happens tomorrow or next year, We're going to write new music with Greyson because we feel so motivated. He's an amazing guy, amazing musician. We have this idea of the ballad. We have already 3 songs written, including the ballad, which is great, that we're working on it, actually. We're recording the live album, which is going to be 40 songs in 40 different cities around the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're going to put like in a beautiful box set with vinyl and stuff, like the old school days,
It's cool, man.
No fucking TikTok or videos showing backstage bullshit.
So you're but you're documenting all this tour. So you document.
Yeah, we filmed the show in São Paulo. We filming. We have always a guy filming and taking pictures.
So there could be a
everything.
Sepultura documentary someday. It could be.
Well, we released one a few years ago, but it could be definitely. Everything is possible.
Like the last show,
for sure.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's cool, man.
For sure.
What was your last real job?
My last what?
Real job.
We
had a boss.
I never had a real job, I guess.
Wow.
I wanted to be I worked in this as a waiter.
Wow, yeah, the waiter.
Waiter in the jazz and blues bar near the house.
Nice.
Just to see the guys playing, of course, I supposed to do Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I went Friday and never went back.
Okay, so we're singing this podcast. You worked one day.
One day, yes.
At a real job your whole life. That is freaking amazing,
That's true,
dude.
yes.
Yo, that's crazy. Think about that, bro.
Yeah.
That's so,
insane to think
Everything else was music, really related.
that's incredible, man.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful.
I have, of course, I have to thank my family, man. You know, always great support.
Mm-hmm.
Not only mine, but Paulo and Max and Igor as well,
Yeah,
because we
man.
didn't have to find a job
Nice.
to
Yeah.
to pursue our dream.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, our families really provided up to the point we were able to provide to ourselves.
That's
you know?
incredible, man.
And it's fantastic. You know, it's a powerful love,
Yeah.
complete. You know, full love.
Doing what you love your whole life.
Yeah, and they saw we were serious about. You know, we are
100%.
preparing ourselves. We study. We were doing the stuff that we really love, very dedicated and disciplined, and so they participate on that as well. You know,
Yeah.
as a family.
Do you guys feel like a new band with Greyson in the band, like a new energy, like young energy?
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
definitely.
It makes you get more. I don't know.
100%. You know,
And he probably plays his style, but plays the songs his way.
Yeah, it's like when
Yeah,
Derrick
we were
came to the
talking
band,
about
like
this.
total
Yeah.
freedom.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes with Greyson, not too much.
yeah. I mean, it's definitely a balance, but it's so
Total
important to
freedom.
give that
I love
freedom
that.
to an artist because that's how they grow and
What's
they
the
learn.
point? You put somebody else there. Oh, you have to do it like Igor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
and you're
Not
not
Igor.
gonna- you're
Not
not-
even Igor does like Igor
Exactly.
anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
You evolution. You know, you
Yeah.
change
Mhm.
things.
Yeah. So he's killing it, man. I'm
Yeah,
excited
it's
to do it
so
tonight.
great. It's a great vibe, man. It's we are really celebrating the way we want to, we dream about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Absolutely.
celebration, no bullshit.
Do you have any major regrets in your life?
Only lessons,
Mm.
no regrets. It's like that. My young self,
Yeah.
What are you gonna say to myself when I'm young? There's no regrets, man. No regrets. Of course, there, lessons, hard
Mhm.
lessons you learn.
Yeah.
You fall, you feel like shit. But that's a part of the process of,
Yeah.
of not doing that stuff anymore. Né?
Yeah.
And move on.
Yeah. Are you an optimist or pessimist?
Optimist.
I see that. I
For
feel
sure.
That. I feel that.
I still believe in the human being.
Yeah, me too,
Okay.
man.
All right.
Me too, man. I'm not giving up on it.
Oh
either,
yeah.
yeah.
Never.
I
Not
feel-
yet.
Not yet.
What about social media? Are you on social media a lot?
Yeah, I guess Instagram.
You check your messages and talk to people and
Not much. I'm really bad on WhatsApp and stuff responding and,
Yeah.
and Instagram, but I'm there,
yeah.
whatever is needed. I like to follow friends and
Yeah.
people and stuff.
Are you checking out new music and new bands? Are you pay attention to stuff like
Not
that?
really. I was never really a music hunter.
Okay.
I like to let the music comes naturally.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, like on the Uber, I never asked to change the station, even if it's like a church song or I pick up like in Brazil, I pick up a lot of the drivers there are fucking, religious and always listen to religious music and stuff. But it's cool. I
Yeah.
like to be challenged to listen to that kind of stuff,
Yeah. Is there something you listen to that the fans of Sepultura will be kind of shocked at, like, that you like this type of music? You like pop music, or is there something
I always like Lily Allen.
nice? Nice. Okay.
I don't know,
That's
for some
dope.
reason I really like her voice and
Really? Okay.
her style in general,
Yeah.
It's really cool. For some reason, it's not
Mm.
metal at all.
Yeah. Any other poppy music?
I don't know. I like music a lot.
How about hip hop for you?
Yeah, not much actually.
Okay.
Public Enemy.
Yes.
Uh,
Classic shit.
old school, old stuff like that. Of course, hip hop came into my world because of metal.
Yeah. Okay.
Def Jam,
Oh.
Kerry
Ah.
King.
Oh yeah.
Beastie Boys is fucking amazing.
Amazing, dude.
Eminem, it's cool, but it's not the type of the style of music I really like
Mm.
that much.
Yeah. Is there like an artist you like to work with as far as like jamming with or playing guitar with, or have you played with most of the people that you love? It sounds like you play with a lot of
Dude,
heroes.
I jammed with Steve Vai, man. On
It's crazy,
fucking
dude.
Steve Vai jammed with us in
Yeah.
Rock in Rio as a guest with
Yeah.
Sepultura.
It was
It
amazing.
amazing.
Dude.
Yeah.
That was a guy that one of my
so
main
awesome.
masters
That's crazy.
that I fulfilled the dream to jam together with. It's amazing. He's a fucking gentleman, man.
Were you tripping on that too, Derek?
Definitely. I mean, he's so cool, so
He's with
down
King
to earth.
Crimson now, man.
Wow.
Touring with King Crimson.
Really?
Yeah.
He's so down to earth. Like, even years after we jammed with him, running into him like in the
Yeah.
airport or somewhere, and he's just, him and his wife are just so cool.
Yeah.
His
know,
kids.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
make-
but I mean, I would love to do something with you too, man. I mean, we recorded
Both the Blue
Bullet the
Sky,
Blue Sky.
your
two
two
songs.
songs.
That's right.
And I
Remember
really
that?
like the
Yeah.
edge, their sounds
Sick.
and Bono. It would be great, to
That'd
do
be
something
so
together.
cool,
I
man.
would love to do
Who knows?
something with them.
Wow.
That'd be great. Them or Massive Attack has always been
Oh,
a big
yeah.
dream.
Fuck yeah, man.
You should-
Maybe even Prodigy too. I love those. Like,
We did songs from all those three
Yeah.
bands. We covered them.
yeah, that's true.
You should
Yeah.
get you two out to one of your shows next time you play Ireland or something, dude,
Oh
or
my
whatever. That'd be
God.
so cool.
We will be in
You two
Ireland.
Sepultura would be really amazing, dude.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool. Or them cover Sepultura song.
But we have this idea to do a reggae project, me and Derek.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Is that like an older yeah.
That's dope. You singing reggae?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, man.
In your accent, you
No,
do it. You're
I'm
really
not gonna
singing.
change.
Okay.
No, fuck
I'm
that.
not
Your
gonna-
Jamaican
Now
accent.
come
shit.
in with a
Nah.
Jamaican
no.
accent there with a bomber clot.
Revolution.
Yes, deserve it for the healing of the nation. Jah Rastafari.
But you really be singing though.
I really be singing.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I think it would be challenging and also to, I don't know, create like a reggae sound, but from our own perspective.
Yeah, get
Yeah.
away from the
You know,
stereotypes.
exactly,
Yeah, I
yeah.
like
But
that.
having reggae as a main
Yeah.
source
Yeah.
of
But
information.
it'd be
you know?
more you're like rocking, you
Yeah.
know, more energy.
I mean, Bob Marley stand himself out of the other reggae because he introduced rock in
Yes,
his music.
sure.
A
absolutely.
guitar player
true.
doing leads and stuff. You see the
Yes.
movie, right?
Yeah.
When they decided
Oh, yeah.
to put the extra guitar player there, a more virtuoso guy and stuff, And
That's a
the
great
rock
movie.
influence have been really created this,
For sure.
put him away from Peter Tosh and all that kind of stuff, man.
That's amazing. Any questions for your boy right here? Did you learn some things about him today?
I did. It's pretty funny. But
It's cool.
like
I did an interview on my radio show also
Uh-huh.
with Sepultura.
You did?
Yeah, it's weird. Well, Johan was there interviewing
Yeah.
us,
Okay.
but it's
Pretty
cool.
much.
Yeah, we have this outlet. I have this radio show for 12 years now.
Okay.
man, together with my son. It's only in São Paulo,
Okay.
but freedom also a year, 1 hour every week, every Sunday. We talk about heavy metal and everything else.
It's awesome, man. Awesome to have that bond, dude.
Oh yeah,
Kid, yeah, man.
definitely.
Well, Derek, thank you for being here too. I appreciate you
Yeah,
guys coming
man.
here like the day of a show.
Thanks for
You
having
guys
us.
are on
man.
tour. Great catching up with you, learning
Now
more.
it's gonna have the voice to sing, man. Thank
Nah,
you.
he's fine. Nah, he's fine. Well, that's why he didn't talk that much. He didn't talk that much.
No, I
But
got
just hearing your story and like knowing you
Yeah.
for all these years and like it's just cool. Like
No, I really
this is
appreciate
awesome,
being
man.
here, man. Finally, we
Yeah,
find a way
dude.
to be here. I see the photos. Finally, I see the porch and the
Let's go,
stairs.
bro.
Yeah,
Go.
I need my photo there.
You gonna try to plunge right now, Derek? If you get
Yes. Let's do
You
a
guys have
plunge.
sound check?
No.
No way, dude.
Really?
Come on.
Sound
Greyson,
checks are for
You
amateurs,
gonna sound?
man.
You down for the plunge?
Yeah, if
He's
you
in
have
the plunge.
time, yeah.
Let's go,
I think we have
dude.
time. Yes,
You
we have
do?
time.
And
for
also,
sure.
also, congrats to you and all your sobriety, your Wim Hof,
Thank
all that
you.
stuff. It's
Thank
you
you
look
so much.
amazing. It's like it's so cool you found that, man. You found
Thank
it,
you.
and the timing you found it in too.
Definitely,
Yeah, man.
definitely.
You do
Thank
breath
so
work
much.
too, Derek?
No, but I'm pretty much very interested by it.
Yeah.
Like extremely
It's
interested.
worth it.
It's
Yeah,
all
it's
about
great.
what we do in the plunge too, and how we
Yes.
breathe in there, and your heart rate.
Yeah.
That's what kind of set the whole thing off. Because as Wim Hof's the OG of all that stuff.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
He's been doing that, and
I mean,
ice and-
worldwide, man, it grew up so much, like
it's
everywhere.
so huge,
It's
especially
so
in the
cool.
States.
Yeah.
I'm surprised not that. I know it's big in Brazil, but we talked earlier about the plunge getting over to Brazil. It's
Yeah,
We're gonna make it happen.
self-knowledge.
they gotta make it
Yes.
happen, dude.
Yeah,
man.
for
Even just
sure.
take cold showers though too.
Yeah, but that's a good start.
It's just crazy that hot and cold can help you mentally and physically instead of taking a pharmaceutical pill.
Yes.
Cold
Very
shower
true.
and some steam.
I mean,
What
it's
your diet is,
life-changing.
walking and
It's
breathing.
literally
All these
life-changing.
things are pretty much free,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
and you can
It's
do
all
it
about
yours-
discipline.
Yeah.
and doing it yourself.
Yeah.
Create new habits.
Yeah,
Create new habits.
and it's never too late to
Healthy
change.
habits.
It's
Yeah, healthy
and,
habits.
and that you're 50, you're older than me, 56. It's never too late to turn your life around, and make changes.
Never.
So that's
it's
inspiring.
even better when you realize things and you still have time,
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's what I told the doctors and stuff. It's great that after all my exams, I still can manage with food and diet without fucking chemicals and stuff,
Exactly, dude.
and breathing and exercises, so it's great. That's a gift,
It is, man.
100%.
Well, thank you guys for being
Thank
here,
you.
man.
Thank you.
Peace,
Pleasure.
everybody.
Yeah.
Bye. I always ask my guests if they have any regrets. I personally don't have any regrets. Even when it comes to my tattoos, I have the silliest tattoos. Even my ET on my leg, it's still a childhood memory for me, and I love it. I've had tattoos on top of tattoos strictly because I wanted more tattoos. I started getting tattoos when I was 18. I'm 52 now, and I can't stop. I've had laser treatment before on something on my arm. It's 4 tattoos on top of each other. And that experience at that place was pretty fast. It was pretty cold. It was in and out, swiped the credit card. Don't really tell me much. Didn't give me much details or anything was going to happen. So I never went back. So as of most recently, I'm so lucky enough to have had 2 sessions at Removery Tattoo Removal. My tattoo on my arm that looks like a big black blob is now super light. I've had 2 sessions. I have a long road ahead of me. None of this stuff happens overnight. You cannot take a tattoo up in one sitting. You have to be patient. And it's painful. They ice you up. It's super fast. To me, it felt like a bunch of rubber bands. But what's more painful than that is looking at something on your body that you think you're stuck with for the rest of your life. That sucks. But now for me, I'm really happy I started this journey. I'm slowly going to get this tattoo removed. I never thought in a million years I have any kind of real estate on my arm. I don't even know what I want, but it's exciting. I'm so honored to announce that One Life, One Chance podcast is now with Removery. Call 866-934-4570 or go to removery.com. Use TobyH20 and get $100 off your first session. One of the most experienced tattoo removal companies in the world. Over 600,000 removal treatments done. 100 locations. US, Canada, and Australia. State-of-the-art Pico-Way laser technology. Cryo-technology to reduce any discomfort. This is so exciting for me because all I do in these podcasts is talk about tattoos. From day one, if you've been listening to this podcast, talk about tattoos, talk about getting removed, talk about getting covered up. So this is such a perfect fit for me. Definitely check out One Life, One Chance podcast, episode 281. I have Carmen Brody, Mike McTurnan, and Dustin Ortle from Removery. And this is an over 2-hour conversation. People had submitted questions. It's an incredible conversation breaking down the do's, the don'ts, the fears, process, the results, everything you could imagine about getting a tattoo removed. It's all in this podcast. It's an incredible episode. I appreciate them all coming out for it. So check that out if you want to learn more about Removery and what it's like to get a tattoo removed. Once again, go to removery.com or call 866-934-4570. Use my code TobyH20 and get $100 off. These guys are located everywhere. Try it out.